Merry Christmas once again, folks, and Tony here with an album review of Have Yourself a Meaty Little Christmas with Dana Snyder, Carrie Means, Dave Willis, and featuring Nico Case on the vocals, which was released on November 2, 2009 under William Street Records. Now, there's a first time for everything, folks, because even though I mostly specialize in reviewing albums of the classical, operatic, and chamber music fare, I decided to expound my boundaries and review something that is of the parody music and more modern music direction with a lot of humor to be found in this particular album. On top of that, I listened to this album out of my sheer curiosity because, of course, I'm a hardcore Aqua Teen Hunger Force fan. Moreover, this is the classic case of coming for the parody music and staying for the humor, which this album managed to do so well. Not only with its covers of classics such as Feliz Navidad, Silent Night, Oh Holy Night, which was also retitled as Oh Holy Tonight, Frosty the Red-Nosed Snowman, which was basically an amalgamation of Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I thought was really hilarious, as to be sung by Meatwad and Carl. And even Carl's raunchy rendition of I'll Be Home for Christmas, both the released version and the quote-unquote unreleased version. And of course, an original song, Santa Left Me a Booger on My Stocking, which was a really charming duet to be accomplished by Meatwad and of course Nico Case. And as to be expected, all the voice actors did sing in their characters. From Dana Snyder's irreverent, obnoxious, yet oddly charming Shake, to Carrie Means' more articulate, charming, and absolutely articulate and intellectual Frylock, to Dave Willis having the dual roles of the sweet, childlike, and innocent Meatwad, even though he does tend to be simple-minded, and Carl's raunchy, irreverent, apathetic, cantankerous, loud persona. And since this album is mainly a humorous one, there was also a lot of lyric alterations to be found, such as in Feliz Navidad, where Meatwad tells the Taladera Mariachi Band to sing some of the lyrics involving quesadillas and discounts on Tex-Mex food. Meatwad, instead of singing Sleep in Heavenly Peace in the final few verses of Silent Night, ends up singing Sleep in Heavenly Beast. And even Frylock starting off Oh Holy Tonight with saying that they're going to do it old school. And he starts off with a rather operatic singing voice, only to be followed by Shake's blousy attempt at singing and Meatwad's more childlike voice. And of course, Shake really ripping it, with everything wrapping up rather nicely. And of course, the nativity story as told by Shake, only to be interrupted by Frylock that the story of the nativity is very important. And of course, the deal sealer for me is Carl's rendition of I'll Be Home for Christmas, or a parody of that particular song, which managed to leave me on the floor with laughter. And it's all thanks to Dave Willis's booming and absolutely strongly powered voice, which he managed to give Carl. And I was also pleasantly surprised to hear how magnificently Carrie Means sang when he opened Oh Holy Tonight. He sounded absolutely lovely, and his bass baritone voice was an absolute joy to listen to. I cannot wrap this up without mentioning Nico Case, who ended up singing alongside Dave Willis's Meatwad in their duet, Santa Left Me a Booger on His Stocking. I thought she was really charming, and she was the only legitimate singer on this album, and her prowess as a singer was absolutely amazing. She has this gorgeous, ladylike voice which managed to pair itself rather nicely with Dave Willis as Meatwad and how he gives off this childlike innocence and that lovability that he has in his character. thus making this duet all the more charming and all the more listenable to witness. So overall, if you are a hardcore Aqua Teen Hunger Force fan, I definitely recommend this album to you. Even if you're not a fan of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you might end up getting a huge chuckle out of this particular holiday album. And with that said, I know I'm going to sound really strange to a lot of music experts and let alone people who are hardcore fans of music, but I still have to give Have Yourself a Meaty Little Christmas a really well-deserved rating of 5 out of 5 stars. Yes, folks, I'm going there. I definitely not only enjoyed this album, but I also appreciated how much hard work, dedication, and how much love there was being put into this album by the likes of Dana Snyder, Dave Willis, Carrie Means, and of course, Nico Case as the guest star. It was an absolute blast listening to this particular album that I was filled with Christmas glee. And for those of you who have listened to Have Yourself a Meaty Little Christmas, what did you think of it? Was there a particular track you really loved? Did you feel that Dave Willis, Dana Snyder, Carrie Means, and even Nico Case did an amazing job singing in this particular album? Or did you feel like the album was not really to your liking? Comment below and let me know. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in for another tribute to yet another Adult Swim Christmas special that I thoroughly enjoyed, and that is Deathmas. So until then, Merry Christmas, everybody.